Okay, today we're playing a game on Eichenwald. The average SR of this game was 3,459, and we will be playing Baguette the entire way through. This is actually one of my games, by the way. Well, doesn't your page say you're a Masters player? Why do you have that diamond icon? Because I'm a lazy bum, and I basically just haven't really played much of the season, alright? Well, we're right below Masters. I'm just a lazy bum. It's not just that I'm bad, it's also that I'm a lazy bum. Current team composition is Reinhardt, Zarya, Symmetra, McCree, Moira, and Baguette. So we have a cunning plan brewing with the Symmetra right now, which is why we're all gathered up by this doorway as well right now. We're all going to go out the right-hand side, and we're going to teleport across the choke point. Here comes the cat. We're going to teleport across the choke point and then fight them on the left side, is the plan that we've got brewing right now. Also, should I be playing Zenyatta? Yes, I should. I just hate playing Zenyatta, and I'm a lot better at Brigitte than I am at Zenyatta, so there. This was post-Ana buff, by the way, but I don't think anyone... No, the enemy team has an Ana. So we're gonna go... I lied to you immediately. So we learn on our way around here that they have a Sombra behind us, because we just saw her right there. But we don't care about that right now. We're going in. Reinhardt's been hacked. That's unfortunate for him, but he'll be fine. So, I forget what button I have interact bound to right here, so it takes me a little bit of time to get across. And now they're just like, what the fuck? They don't rotate super well. As you can see, Genji's already back here on the point. Takes them a while to catch up. So I now know that they have a Genji and a Sombra, so I want to harass them as much as possible, but I also want to harass Reinhardt as much as possible. They've lost their Zarya right there. McCree's managed to pick him off. Now I'm going to start trying to bully Genji. Alright, now two of them are dead. Bully this guy because he's over on the corner by himself, all segregated. And now we're going to capture the checkpoint. Sombra's still alive, but, you know, what's she going to do? She's going to die. That's what she's going to do. So, it went really well. The Symmetra play pays off. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Louis, have you cherry-picked a game that you crush in to make yourself look good? Absolutely not. I was going to show you a terrible game earlier, but unfortunately the footage ended up not being usable, so I'll describe to you why it was particularly terrible. It was on Numbani, and I tried to shield bash someone on the staircase by the first checkpoint, missed and threw myself off the map, and you might be thinking, oh, did you miss like a tracer or something? No. I missed Roadhog and threw myself off the map. So don't worry, I'm not particularly bothered about cherry-picking out games. So I looked away from the monitor for a second there, looked back and the whole team was dead, and I was like, well, guess we're not going to be getting through this doorway anytime soon. We certainly won't. Didn't need to use the armor pack on Moira right there. This is a problem I have in general, where I tend to use the armor pack for bad reasons. Just kind of like, that person's probably going to take damage, so I'm going to put it on him right now, and then they end up taking no damage, armor ends up getting wasted, the whole 6-second cooldown, oh god. Also, they increased the shield bash cooldown by 1 second, and it's amazing what 1 second difference makes. It feels terrible. But it's alright, we're still playing Brigitte, so, you know, it all evens out in the end. So we're trying to get through with some ults right now, then we're hacked, we're purple, he's gonna earth shatter, oh no. D.Va's coming after me, I'm not getting out, everybody's dead, oh god. But we have a lot of ultimates to use right here. We've got basically all of them except Coalescence, because Zarya's about to have hers as well. So they do still have Sombra. So I want to try their Genji rather changed to Junkrat. So that's not really my area. I do want to try and harass the Sombra as much as possible, but she does a good job of just avoiding me as much as possible, and with the infinite stealth, it's very hard for me to actually find her. When we're defending, you'll see why the infinite stealth is actually quite scary. It certainly scared me at the time. So McCree's dead, so we're waiting for him to get back. He's coming back behind us now. I'm just going to use Rally right now so we can try and, like, get through this doorway, because we're taking a lot of damage going through. And we got a fucking lot of ultimates that we're just going to fling on them as soon as we get in. So I start trying to bully Reinhardt, but then it ends up not mattering shortly afterwards because we dump all of our ultimates on their faces. D.Va ends up wasting self-destruct. I very greedily also tried to kill her before the self-destruct went off behind me. Didn't need to do so. So I think McCree's seen Sombra over here, so I decide to poke my face in this doorway, but she's invisible. What am I going to do? She's just going to not come through the doorway, isn't she? Look at this. Look what this obliging fellow. He actually came into line of sight rather than just sitting in the castle spamming I need healing behind 3 walls. Ah, wonderful. So I really want to push this boy off the edge. Go try for it, but I end up fucking it up and just kind of push him onto the wall. Could have done it if I just, like, rotated around him a little bit more, but I was way too excited about it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna shove him off the edge. So we just heard the tire, then the emp happens at the same time, but the tire ends up just killing McCree. And now McCree killed their Anna and Reinhardt killed their Moira, so they're basically boned at this point. We're just gonna go forward. Doesn't matter that we lost McCree because they lost both their healers. So I wanted to try and push her off the edge, but she was way too far away to do it. Doesn't matter, we'd have to really fuck up to lose the fight at this point. The attack ends up going pretty well, as I'm sure you might notice right here. And there she goes. So, almost got Rally built up again. Moira's got Coalescence built up. Don't know what everybody else's ult is at, because I haven't pushed tab like a scrub. So, Symmetra's got some cunning plans going right here. She's going to go on top of the chandelier. They've nano boosted their Brigitte, so I just want to try and push her away, but of course, I stun her, and then while she's stunned, I missed the whip shot. Because the whole point was just to get her away. Oh, missed. It's alright, she doesn't end up doing very much of anything anyway. She ends up retreating backwards. Tried to stun the Earth Shatter, or was too late to do so. Missed it ever so slightly. Tried to just shove him back into the corner, but he slipped back out again. I was thinking about his Earth Shatter, just didn't stun him in time. I'm not very good at interrupting Earth Shatter as Brigitte, which you would think would be easy to do, but it is surprisingly difficult to do. If you're bad, like me. Okay, so, now, this goes forward by 10 seconds rather than 5 seconds. That's very disorientating. So now, defending, they still have their Sombra, and I try to track down the Sombra a couple of times, but it's Brigitte, if the Sombra plays around you, there isn't that much you can do to her as Baguette, so Zarya just got put to sleep over there, came over to push Reinhardt away. So what's happened here is I've heard Sombra behind me translocate, so I came back to try and find her, but she's just invisible, and she's not going to come out of invisibility anytime soon. So I end up just kind of sitting way far back looking for her, but I never actually find her. And I end up tunnel visioning on the Sombra way too much, because there's like, realistically, there's no real way I kill her unless she fucks up. But I spend a lot of time going back and sitting far back looking for the Sombra, which ends up not ever actually, like, turning into anything. I think I could have interrupted that res if I was braver, but would have probably also ended up dying to Reinhardt if I tried. There's Sombra. I want to try and get the Sombra, but she translocates away. Now we're just going to come back and start bullying Reinhardt instead. Because he's come in here all by his lonesome. Our Reinhardt had all the time in the world to react to that pin, or to that charge, but he still chose not to countercharge him, but I mean, what's this guy going to do in the end? Tried to whip shot him off the edge. It was very optimistic. There was kind of a tree in the way, so it ended up just shoving him away from the team. But I mean, like, what was he going to do? There, Hanzo has drastically overextended, so he's next on the list of people to bully. He could have just thrown himself off the edge, but instead he ends up actually letting me get the kill on him. I already had my ult, though, so it didn't really accomplish too much for me. So, got Rally. Zarya's got Graviton also, so the next fight should be easy. I decided to use Rally right there because it looked like they were about to start pushing in, and then they threw Grav at me right at the same time. So fortunately the Rally ends up not getting wasted because the Dragon was a little bit behind schedule. We did lose McCree. I see Sombra's back here. Tried to stun her when she was translocated over there, but ended up missing her, and then I thought she actually gave me the faked me out and came back up here again. So, I end up sitting really far back looking for her, and like, what am I gonna do? I'm just like, where is she? Is she down here? No, she's not down there. Ah, fuck! Zarya died because I was busy whipping a bush because I thought there might be a small Latina in it. and I was wrong. And then we end up getting emped. So, basically, like, the fact that she's behind me, invisible the entire time, just ends up psyching me out for most of this game. And I'm just really paranoid about it, because in the back of my mind, I'm always like, where's Sombra? Where's Sombra? So I end up not really doing very much during the defense of that checkpoint. Basically, like, I didn't really contribute much of anything during that entire time. But I did certainly show that bush who's boss. So we end up losing the first checkpoint. We still got nearly 4 minutes left on our time, so I'm not really super concerned about it. So Hanzo's up there. I thought you could stand on these rocks, but then I was wrong, and I ended up looking like a fool. And so what I should have done was, like, stand in that doorway on the right-hand side, because Sombra might have tried to slip through this way. So if I'm standing in the doorway, it would make it harder for her to get through without being seen. But if she just sees me over there, she could just elect to go a different way around instead. But she might come around the corner without looking, and I might see her and then get a kill on her, you know, rather than just kind of, like, standing over there on the middle of the street. So Hanzo ends up jumping on me right here. I think I could have killed him if I was a little bit more aggressive, because I end up getting spooked, and I just used whip shot over there for not much reason. If I hadn't just used whip shot, I could have killed him easy. Then he ends up slipping away from me. I'm pretty sure I still could have killed him, because that ends up not really doing anything. Yeah, I could have, like, taken my shield down, like, right now and started running at him. But he ends up just barely getting away. Very unfortunate. Or if I hadn't whip-shotted the shield for no particular reason, I would have had it sooner to try and kill him. Here he is again. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get him this time. Nope, no, I'm not. I'm going to go in the Graviton, actually. I use my cooldowns quite frivolously as Brigitte, and sometimes it ends up coming back to bite me. I'm a very aggressive player. I like to get up in people's faces. And the Sombra in this game had me mad paranoid, so I ended up not really doing much of that. So now we're waiting to regroup. I'm letting my shield take damage for no particular reason. It's alright, shield management isn't much of a thing for Brigitte. In general, if you're playing Brigitte, your life expectancy goes up if you just constantly walk around with your shield up, basically, because she's not like Reinhardt. Shield management isn't really a thing with her. You can just kind of walk around with it up because it doesn't impede your movement super hard. So, got emped. Oh, God, got pinned. Got earth shattered while emped. It was all very tragic. Zarya is going to get beat to death. Well, she could choose to get beat to death or walk backwards into the dragon and die to her, and die to them instead. It's always nice when you get to choose how you die, isn't it? So, we do have a bunch of ultimates. I don't really want to try and fight over the objective because I feel like we're gonna lose it, but Reinhardt starts going in, so I'm like, alright, let's go, we're gonna go, and then Reinhardt dies like immediately, and I'm like, alright, I feel stupid for using my ult now, but miraculously, it actually ends up working out. I really wanted this Mercy dead. Like, I saw her do this, and I was like, I want her dead so bad, but I just ended up, like, I ended up losing track of her in the fight a couple times. It was bad. So Symmetra, big brain play over here. And I was being a bitch. I could have gone through this much sooner and maybe killed somebody else. Then missed the whip shot as well in the end. Like, what were they going to do to me? I could have walked through that teleporter way faster and actually just started beating on them. But I was like, it's scary. There's enemies over there. What were they going to do? What were they going to do to me, really? So, now Symmetra's up on the high ground behind us, throwing some orbs. I'm sitting way far back like a bitch. Could be standing further up. I'm still kind of concerned about Sombra. There she is. There she goes again. Reinhardt's really sad. He just got blocked by Symmetra, of all people. Finally actually stunned somebody meaningful and interrupted the charge. Wanted to push her off, but why didn't I push her off? Was whip shot on cooldown? Was it still on cooldown? Yeah. Came off like right as she moved away. It didn't matter. She wasn't gonna get out regardless. Like, oh fuck, he's getting beat on by Reinhardt over there, and he was like, oh fuck, I'm getting beat on by Reinhardt over here. And then, in the end, we end up winning regardless, jump off, woo! And then Moira's like, oh shit, Brigitte's hurt, I gotta save her, oh, fuck. And then Symmetra got play of the game, I think, if I remember correctly. Yep. I actually endorsed the Symmetra. It's a rare day I actually endorsed someone. I was like, yeah. That ended up paying off pretty good. Good times, good times. So there you go. So the moral of that story is, if you're playing Brigitte, don't psych yourself out over Sombra. Just try and, like, keep an eye out for her, but don't sit back like a bitch constantly looking for her, because what are you really gonna do as Brigitte? Sombra is pretty good against Brigitte, because Brigitte, as it turns out, is really based around her cooldowns, and when you're really based around your cooldowns, getting hacked kinda fucking sucks. It's a lot like getting hacked as Reinhardt, but you're not as tanky as Reinhardt. You don't do as much damage as Reinhardt, so you are also smaller than Reinhardt, so there's that. But, yeah, she doesn't really like to play against Sombra very much. She doesn't like to play against Pharah, either. They're very bad for Brigitte. But yeah, so I ended up not really doing much of anything in this game, mostly just because I was psyching myself out about Sombra so much throughout the game. I was like, I gotta find this Latina. She's gonna emp us, and then she's gonna kill, and then we're just all gonna die. Like, yeah, that's true, but if she just, like, doesn't come near me, she just elects to stay far away from me, there's not too much I can do about that one. So, the plan now is to upload one of my games every other day. I had a much better game to show you than this one today, but it ended up being corrupted, so I was like, fuck, now I just gotta record another one. Let's just go do that real quick, and then this is what we got. The next one will be a better game, because I'll have, now that I've gotten the recording working correctly, right? Because the issue was that it just kept stuttering, like literally every couple of seconds it would just stutter mad hard, and I was like, this is infuriating to watch. But I've got that fixed. The next game will be better. Plan is every other day is going to be one of my games. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us, and I hope you found the video helpful. Well, you probably didn't do that, but hopefully you found it entertaining. Oh, everybody's gonna know I'm bad. Oh, no.